Here I am at the Big 4 caravan park in Wagga, where I've been stranded for the last 12 days waiting for my car to be repaired by Ford. I broke down just north of Holbrook on the Hume Highway. You can see it was a very dicey place. And off to Wagga we got towed. This unexpected detour would allow me to explore Wagga and district in great detail. In this part 1 I'll show you around Wagga. I'll take a drive down the very long main street, visit the museum, stroll around the Victory Memorial Gardens and the Botanical Gardens, and also take you out to the Rath Base Heritage Centre. We'll finish off our tour by visiting the very quaint historic township of Coolamon. There we'll visit an amazing fire station museum, a general store and a cheese factory. Baylor Street, which becomes Fitzmaurice Street at the northern end, is the centre of Wagga Wagga, with a very large shopping precinct. As you can see, Wagga is a significant town. It has a population of just under 70,000. Wagga is located midway between the two largest cities in Australia, Sydney and Melbourne, and is the major regional centre for the Riverina and Southwest Slopes regions. The name Wagga means crow, and to create the plural, the Wiradjuri people repeat the word, thus Wagga Wagga translates as the place of many crows. This is an incredibly long shopping strip with every store chain that you can imagine. In the centre of town is the Victory Memorial Garden, built in 1925. Throughout the gardens are various memorials, including the cenotaph and the dedication to the First and Second World Wars and Vietnam War. We now cross the road to visit the Riverina Museum, Art Gallery and Glass Gallery. As we leave the glass gallery, we walk around the side of the art gallery and come across the beautiful park looking out over the bridge and back to the front of the centre where we find the Riverina Museum. The Riverina's museum has two sites. This one is the historic council chamber site, which houses a variety of ever-changing exhibitions. The museum sits next to the library and art gallery as well as the civic theatre. This site was originally built in 1881 as the city's town hall and municipal offices and the seat of local government until 1999, when it was converted into the Museum of the Riverina. It is heritage listed with a wonderful wooden arch ceiling. As you leave the museum and head north over the bridge into Fitzmaurice Street, you'll enter the old centre of Wagga. Here there's some rather grand looking buildings. One in particular is the court house and many interesting shops as well. As we leave town to go out to the RAF base, we go over the Murrumbidgee River. Since its settlement in the early 1840s, Wagga has been flooded 77 times with over 8.23 metres. Today, Wagga has a very significant levee bank system. As you walk from the car park to the Heritage Centre, you walk past some plaques, 9 in fact, of towns in western New South Wales that trained Air Force pilots during World War II. Parked out the front of the Heritage Centre is a good collection of fighter planes. So how long has this been going, this Heritage Centre?
It was going for a while and then it shut.
Okay.
Yeah, opened in 95.
Yeah. The Heritage Centre is a great little museum with the jets out the front and lots of interesting information inside. You can spend an hour or two there easily. I particularly enjoyed the opportunity to talk with the staff and the volunteer RAF cadets about their training experience. A pleasant way to spend part of your day. We now head to Wagga's Botanical Gardens. The gardens are located at the base of Willans Hill and are set over 22 acres. This area is more than gardens. There is a mini zoo, there's free flight aviary, there's children's adventure playground and a rainforest section which will keep the kids occupied for hours. Other attractions within the garden include the tree chapel and the Chinese pavilion. Various garden areas showcase camellias, cacti and succulents, proteas, Australian natives and roses. There's also something very special for the kids and big kids, the Williams Hill Miniature Railway. It operates on the first and third Sunday of each month. The track runs through the woodlands, a tunnel and over a bridge. Covered footwear is essential to ride the train. Right next door to the gardens is the newly redeveloped museum of the Riverina. The museum highlights the people, places and events that give Wagga Wagga its unique character. Discover Wiradjuri stories, sporting legends, Wagga at war, life on the Murrumbidgee River and more. We now head about 30 minutes northwest of Wagga to the historic town of Coolamon. It is a small wheat belt town where little has changed for many, many years. It's a major producer of wheat and chaff and is noted for the quality of its fat lambs. An unusual feature of the flat clay countryside are the thousands of indentations in the ground which fill with water. They are named Coolamon holes, a name after an Aboriginal word for a hollow wooden storage vessel. Quaint place. Yeah. Jeweler. Yeah, do that.
Cheese factory. There's a coffee peddler here.
Look at that. Amazing building.
Yeah. Cheese out the back.
It's amazing. We bought our cheese and now we head to the up-to-date store.
It runs on a ball system. So we've gone to using a solid ball now, but the original ball opens up into two pieces.
Okay.
Has a tongue and grooves piece on the inside, so you've come in and made a purchase, a pound of sugar, some shoelaces, something like that. There was an attendant at each counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No money was retained at the counter.
Okay.
So you'd make your purchase. If you had money, it went in with a docket into the ball, goes into
It's amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
the railway carriage,
Yeah.
goes up to the top railway line, but it rolls gravity fed to the bookkeeper's office.
Oh, wow.
So I'll send it and then I'll send it back so you can see it coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Now it must be the weather today because normally that falls very quickly. The timber building next door to here where we had our library.
Yeah.
Then when this was finished, they put the entire system in and it's never been taken out. So as far as the Lamson historians from England, who come out every couple of years, they tell us it's the only one in the southern hemisphere in its original situ and still working.
Wow.
A lot of museums have got short sections,
Yep.
but this has never been taken
Never
out.
changed.
That's amazing.
The store didn't operate for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
It closed in 1937. There was 3 partners. They had a major falling out.
Oh, right.
History can't find out what the partner, but Mr. Ivrak was one of them. He had 8 boys. He boarded this up and opened up halfway down the street an opened Ivrak's store, which I remember as a child. I grew up in Coolamon, went away, recycled back. And early 80s it got opened up for a little while as a second-hand store.
Yeah.
And like me, I'd come home for a weekend and go, oh, wow, look at that building.
Wow.
Well, after a lot of wows, Coolamon Shire Council bought it. It's heritage listed and it's now a whole cultural precinct.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, and perfect for our annual art exhibition.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for that.
Tell the family that.
We've got lots of photos from outside because the store sold everything out.
Yeah.
The rear sheds where the cafe is next door, where the cafe was, that's where they sold nails and harnesses and strapped swords.
Oh, this looks.
Look at that.
This looks decadent.
It is.
Looks like
Metal on the side there.
the sort of place where you'd have Devonshire tea and scones or something. Across the road from the up-to-date store is the Fire Museum, an amazing place. I've never been into anything like it. Oh, this is special.
Right. The first fire engines.
It's actually very impressive, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
There's
What's the rope for? Is that the tyre? No. Bushfire. I was in the Lake Albert 5 ago.
were you?
Used to go on fires all up in the snowy mountains and over the coast and everywhere. Go and put fires out.
Yeah?
3 days at a time. Hello, how you going?
Good.
It's cool, isn't it? No problem with bushfires today, I don't think.
Floods.
Yeah, floods this time. Yeah.
Well, you got quite a collection here.
This is all my collection, all this stuff.
It's all yours?
All right.
From the front door to the back door.
Wow.
You've been busy.
Well, for 40 years collecting it.
Yeah. Wow.
40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
And is it from all around the area or beyond?
All over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Is there a fire service in Coolamon now then
Yeah,
somewhere?
it's down the road. It's
Down the
not
road.
big enough anymore.
Okay.
From 1933 till 2013, this was the station.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't big
So
enough.
were you a fireman yourself or just...
This is what they call a retain station.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
They pay you a retainer,
Mm.
and you're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh yeah.
You only come in when you need it, but
Yeah.
then you got paid for.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
who I paid for most of this.
Yeah. Okay.
My
Yeah.
other job was a cabinet maker, did that for 50 years.
Oh yeah. All right. Oh, that's all right.
I did the fire brigade for 22.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
that's a huge effort. And you've displayed it really well.
I built all the cabinets myself.
Yeah. 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 Very nice. Wow. There's some things here, aren't there?
Well, stuff you never see again, you know.
No, cool. There's no time.
Ah. Coolamon is just a delightful place to stroll around, apart from the amazing fire museum and the cheese shop and the up-to-date store. It's just a very pleasant place.
That tree would look nice with leaves all on.
It would look a whole lot nicer with leaves on it.
There you go, CW Oasis.
Yes. Hopefully you've enjoyed our video of Coolamon and Wagga Wagga. Part 2 we will explore two amazing towns, Junee, and tomorrow we'll be going to the Aviation Museum, which is an amazing place. Hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like and subscribe.